All right, man. Another day back, another week to talk about sports. What's good with you, man?
Got it. What's going on, man? It's good to be here, bro. How you?
Definitely, man. Coming off, I can't say I was excited to see the draft, but I can't say I'm excited about the draft for us being Commanders fans. We'll get in that in a second.
Oh, we don't have to. We can skip to all that. We can skip all that.
Let's give it.
So, yeah, man. If you're an Eagles fan, if you are a Kansas City fan, if you're a Jets fan, if you're a Ravens fan,
Yeah,
then you excited. Then you watch football all year long. Outside of that,
yeah.
they ain't talking about nothing. They ain't talking about nothing.
Well, cool, man. Episode 54, man. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Urlacher,
Okay. All right.
Brian Urlacher.
I was prepared with two. So you win Erlacher. I'm gonna go with Zach Thomas.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
Shout out to
That'll
Zach
work.
Thomas. Zach Thomas deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Mike got my vote.
Yep. Well, cool, man. Man, we might as well talk about the freshest thing on the brain right now. Chef Curry giving the boys a 50 piece. Let's go ahead and talk about that first.
What you want to talk about?
I mean, that's the angle. It means I
So here's
heard.
the thing. Here's
Okay.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Right. So I think I said this in a few episodes back. Right.
Mm-hmm.
The veteran Warriors team, if given the opportunity, was going to get them boys. Right.
Yep.
And so Golden State, I mean Sacramento came out in Game 7 and was on fire the first half of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But the second half, when you know how the pressure is times 10 now, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's closeout time.
Yep.
Man, the Kings couldn't buy a bucket. And Steph Curry couldn't miss a bucket.
Yep.
You see what I'm talking about? So I think the experience of the Warriors took over or showed itself in the second half for sure. And the inexperience of the Kings, the pressure, all that kind of magnified those missed shots. Because when you see them shooting the ball, like they wasn't short or long, they were wide right, wide left, air
Yeah.
balls, like can't make a free throw. Like this is routine stuff. Stuff you've been hitting all 6 games. You've been making these shots, but this game, everything changes. And
Well.
when you got a shooter like Steph Curry that can catch fire at any time, he caught
Yeah.
fire in Game 7, and that was it, done deal.
Steph Curry was obviously on fire. I expect nothing less than what he did. I mean, I can't say I expected 50, but I expected a big game from him. Clay didn't play well, but to your point, when it came to the big shots when they needed him, he gave it to him.
Fire.
Uh, Draymond played his role, what he needed to do. Poole was all right. Poole hasn't been that great in this playoffs to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's another conversation about him. Wiggins played okay. I think Wiggins is coming back in the mode. He played all right. But I'm gonna tell you my biggest thing with the Kings. Obviously, they need another year experience. They need another. They're gonna need another veteran. I kind of looked at their contract situation for next year. I'll jump in that in a second. But Sabonis should not go on vacation this summer. Sabonis needs to lock himself in a gym and shoot jumpers. That mid range jumper that they was giving, he has to look at the film and take that as a sign of disrespect. He has
Right.
to.
He was getting the Draymond Green treatment for sure.
Yeah, and they was just shooing him off, man. Like they were just letting him
Hey,
shoot
please shoot it, please
it.
shoot it.
Yeah,
And I mean, don't forget about Monk, the injury to his shooting hand.
yeah, true.
Like that changes things too, right?
Yeah,
But all in all, the Kings took a step forward this season.
yeah,
They
absolutely.
have they have to build on that, and we'll be back next year. I
Yeah,
mean, you didn't expect them to go to the finals this year,
nah.
so
But I'm looking
they
at
made it through.
yeah, I agree. And I'm looking at the contract situation. So you got Fox through 25, 26, Sabonis through next season. Hilder, I think they got him from Atlanta, right? They got him through 25, 26. Monk through next season. Murray is a rookie, so they got him through 25, 26. Davion Mitchell, 24 to 25. Now, Lyles, his contract is up this year. I think Lyles, another Kentucky guy, by the way, Lyles was drafted by the Jazz. To me, he didn't have a good, he didn't have a good showing with the Jazz. resurfaced with the Kings, and man, he's playing lights out. So if not with the Kings, he will get a contract somewhere.
So, and that speaks to system, right?
Yeah.
That speaks to style of play, meeting what he does well.
Yep.
I think I said the last episode. If the Kings stay together, they have an opportunity, and they stay together, stay healthy. They have an opportunity to be the future of the Western Conference.
I agree. Add some more additional pieces. I think they'll be right there. But all right, let's look forward, man. Lakers, Warriors.
Hope it goes 7. I know that much.
And listen, I don't think there's any analysis that we need to do on that game. I just want to sit here and just watch it.
Yeah, I hope it goes 7. And I will say this though, the winner of that series, I think, makes the finals.
Yeah, I agree.
So this is pretty much. I mean, you can say this is the NBA Finals almost, because it's going to be that big of a series, right?
I agree, and I think it goes without saying. I think me and you are already thinking this. This series, with it going 7, hinges on the health and the output of AD. It hinges.
Oh yeah, he gonna have to, and see him and Looney gonna go at it, right? And Looney is like Looney knows his role and he plays it very well. I'm not here to score.
Yep.
I'm here to do all the dirty work. So I can focus right now on AD. That's it.
And there's
I don't care about no point.
There's no pressure. What you're saying, there's no pressure on Looney. There's tons of pressure on AD.
So let me ask you a question. What you think about the Lakers? All right, so you see the matchups, right? You already know what Curry and Clay gonna do, or what they're capable of. What's your best defense for the Lakers to slow that down?
You know, I think the wild card, I think they're going to try to do something with Vanderbilt. They're going to try to put a taller, longer, lankier. Vanderbilt's either going to play Steph, which I would highly recommend them not do that. He's either going to have to chase around Steph or he's going to get on Clay. That's just my opinion.
I would put Vanderbilt on Clay, right? And what's the other guard's name?
D'Angelo?
Nah, D'Angelo not gonna chase Clay. Not gonna chase Steph.
You're not talking about putting what's the name on him, are you?
Number 5. I'm drawing a blank right now, but number 5. I can't think of his name.
That currently comes off the bench?
I think so.
So you're putting him in the starting lineup then?
Yes, sir.
So you're putting Reeves on the bench? Oof. So that's you're giving up a lot of scoring for that though.
But here's the thing, right? Because Reeves can score with the second unit, right? But Reeves is not going to match up with Steph. Right? We're talking about matchups. We're talking about our strengths. We're not talking about their strengths. I mean, I know starting lineup is a big deal, blah blah blah. Yeah. But we're trying to win.
That's what makes it. To your point, that's what makes. Yeah.
We need youth. We need a young, energetic guard with the mobility to run around with Steph Curry. Because Steph is going to run for no reason
all over the court.
Right? And so I don't need you, Reeves, wearing yourself out defensively, and then you can't help us offensively. Right. So you got to change some things up. And don't get me wrong, like everybody can play, like it could just be for this series, but. I think we have to shake it up from the jump. Give ourselves the best chance to win.
Yeah. It's gonna be that right there. It's funny you asked me that question because I immediately start thinking about matchups. Looking at that game, and I knew Vanderbilt to me is going to be the wild card because they did in this last series. Vanderbilt is going to be the wild card as far as like they're going to put him on somebody. I don't know, or they may
put him on.
Yeah,
I'll put him on Clay because Clay is not that mobile. Like Clay doesn't do a lot of running around. Clay is a pop kind of dude. He's sitting over in the corner waiting for a catch and shoot moment.
Yeah,
he's not. Steph Curry will run from baseline to baseline, sideline to sideline.
Yeah,
baseline to mid court if he has to. Trying to find an inch because you get that dude an inch, you're gonna fire that thing up.
Or they may go the other angle and try to put as much firepower on the court and try to match him that way. Again, I wouldn't recommend him do that. They may do that. I don't know. We'll see what Darvin
So
Ham, who he's listening to. We'll see.
so here's the problem with the Lakers, right? They can't have stretches where they don't score the basketball.
Right.
Like, they can't go into a scoring drought because Golden State can catch fire like that.
Right.
And next thing you know, it could be a tie game, and 3 possessions later, you're down 10. Right? They can't do that. So they have to balance themselves out, and they have to slow the game down and make sure they get good shots offensively.
Yeah.
If not, it's going to be Warriors going to take that in 6 or 7. So
I agree. Heat versus Knicks, man. Playoff Jimmy.
rolled his ankle.
Yeah.
How serious is that?
Well,
How
we got 3 ankle injuries in that right now. We got Butler. I just saw Brunson is nursing an ankle injury today, and Randall. Randall may not even play.
Yeah. So the thing with the Knicks, man, like again, they had the lead, and then they brought Kevin Love in. You know, he out there showing off Aaron Rodgers with these outlet passes, right? And next thing you know, the Heat is up 6.
Right.
You can't have these scoring drops, man. Like, you have to be efficient offensively in these series because an 8-point lead for the Heat is like a 20-point lead.
Well, when Jalen Brunson is off, their offense is just completely off. They don't have a guy that can change it up. They don't.
And he's a second half kind of dude. Like, he's very shifty and crafty. He doesn't do that like for the second half. It's too late at that point. Like, you don't have the lead. Like, you were up 10, but y'all stop playing offensively. Like, they have to win game 2 because they don't want to go back to Miami down 0-2.
Now, and I was telling Tara this. I was like, for me, depending on how bad that ankle is, being that you already stole game 1, you got home field advantage right now, home court advantage. What I would do is punt on this game, send Jimmy back to Miami, get that treatment in, because Jeremiah sent me the link that said that his ankle's the size of a baseball.
Yeah, it was bad.
I've had a high ankle sprain before, really bad. Now, obviously, the treatment he's going to get is way better, superior to what I got, right?
Right.
Now, he may be able to come back in a day or whatever and be fine. But for me, I would punt on this game 2, and send him back to Miami.
Well, there's no treatment that's gonna get you back in 24 hours.
I agree. I'm with you.
Like he'll get a pain shot.
Yeah,
it'll last him the first half. Right, but that second half, he's gonna be in trouble, man.
Yeah.
But I'm with you on the whole going back, man. Start the treatment now.
Yeah.
Go on now.
Right.
Take the PJ and stretch out and do your thing now.
Get you ready.
Right. We'll see you game 3 in Miami. 1-1, 2-0, whatever. Right. Like you said, we already got home field advantage. It's time to protect the house. That's all we got to do.
So I gotta admit something. I gotta admit something when it comes to Spoelstra, man. I doubted him when he was even coaching LeBron and that big 3. I thought that Pat Riley was gonna come out of the booth, come down, coach the team. I wrote Spoelstra out, and here we are years later. My man is out there doing his thing. So I was wrong. Like I definitely said that he wasn't the right guy for the job and all that, but he's proved me wrong, man. He's doing it with multiple, like different teams too, like different styles of play. So shout out to Spoelstra. I gotta hats off.
So Spoelstra's claim to fame or his biggest asset is his adjustment to halftime, right? He's great at that. Even when like LeBron and then when he was with LeBron. I think when he had LeBron, like he was still new to this coaching thing, but he's gotten very good at making adjustments and playing to his strengths. And then he's always had solid squads too. Like his squads ain't been. I don't remember him having a losing season in Miami. I know they went 41-41, but I don't never think they had a losing season.
Right.
So I mean, and then when you got Pat Riley in the booth that believes in you, right? Takes the pressure off performance. Everything just kind of flows. So yeah, that's a wonderful organization, man, and I'm happy to see him still in the league. He's definitely gonna be a Hall of Famer one of these days.
Yeah, yeah. Remember Hank Gathers?
I do, of course, I do.
So not I wouldn't normally say a fun fact, but this is not a fun fact story what I'm about to say. But in that game that he passed out, Spoelstra actually played in that game.
Yes, I'm aware. I'm
He's,
aware.
he's in that game. So um 76ers Celtics, man. I mean this whole series, I think regardless of Embiid played, a healthy Embiid, I think the
Hmm.
Celtics was gonna win anyway.
Right.
It's a matter if it was game six or game seven.
Hmm.
But with Embiid basically going down, they're saying it might be a partial tear of the ligament, the knee, and all this stuff.
Right.
I think it's a wrap for the 76ers. Because now you're asking Harden to be a young Harden in OKC and early days in Houston.
Oh yeah, but Embiid don't play, they're done.
Yeah. So
If he's not 100%, he doesn't perform. He doesn't get you 35 and 15. Then yeah, they're not gonna make it.
see, X,
Um,
this is when they could have had Ben Simmons still on the team. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
wouldn't have made a difference. It wouldn't have made a difference, bro. It would not have made a difference at all, man. But
kidding.
it just like this is talking about people with multiple championships, right?
hmm
You have to consider the health of those players, right? Because it's a long season, man, and
hmm
these dudes get these little knickknacks add up,
Yep.
and you get a knickknack at the wrong time, like your whole season is down the drain.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, not much to say about that. I mean, Jason Tatum gonna do what he do. Celtics gonna do what
Yep,
they do as a whole. So
yep, they healthy, they good to go, they
yeah,
full strength.
um, I am intrigued by this Nuggets and Suns game. Did you watch that first game?
I did
Okay. What's your thought? What did you see? Like, so obviously you saw who
like
won game one, but what do you see? Like, you probably watch the game the same way I do. I'm watching to see, all right, what kind of adjustments can they make for the future games? Do I see an opportunity where they could possibly win this game? And if so, what what game would that be? Game six, game seven? What did you see when you saw the Suns in that Nuggets game
like Jamal Murray is an animal, man. Like the dude is efficient at scoring the basketball.
from Kentucky as well?
Oh, oh Jesus Christ.
Just throwing it out there.
The dude's just efficient when he scores the basketball, man. And we saw this 2 years ago before he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Donovan Mitchell had a series for the ages, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's back. He didn't play all last year, so he's fresh. He's ready
Yeah.
to go, and he is out there giving Phoenix the business, right? Um, Phoenix, Booker, and Kevin Durant are going to do their thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? But they have to get something from Aiden, and they have to get something out of Chris Paul.
You're asking a lot.
Again, they have to be consistent on the offensive end because when Jamal Murray ain't shooting the basketball, Jokic is shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're not going to take. They're not going to have many possessions where they don't get a quality shot.
Yep.
And they're role players for them. Right? The bench is pretty deep out there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And those guys come in and do their thing. Right? They got um, Caldwell Pope without their hitting threes. Like very offensively, and it makes it hard for you to go 2, 3, 4 minutes without scoring because
Yeah.
again, you're down 10. It's
And,
just not good.
and to your point, that's the thing that I saw. So I saw the Suns, and then you see the Nuggets. The Nuggets look youthful. They look fresh. They look energetic. They're deep. They look like a cohesive unit. Whereas the Suns, you got Aiton only looks good when he plays against uh, less talent than him, right? When you got to step up
Right.
a notch, you ask him to play against a Jokic or something like that, you could just forget
Mm-hmm.
it. Chris Paul out there running around. Let's just be honest, it's over. It's way over the hill. It's done. And then Booker gonna do what he do. Another Kentucky guy, by the way. And then KD, you know what KD gonna do, but at the same time, even KD look a little bit older, right? And the problem with that is you got Gordon out here balling, Caldwell Pope out here balling, and those are role players. And then you got Jokic. You got to stop that. Then you got to account for Murray. You got to account for all this other stuff. And I just don't see a way. To me, I'm calling this series. It's 5 or 6 games. Nuggets.
I mean, I can see that.
I don't see
I
Game
would.
7.
Yeah, it's definitely like Phoenix has no defensively for the youth and athleticism of Denver right now,
Mm-hmm.
and they got to figure that out.
Right. Yeah.
They got to figure that out like ASAP, quickly, because it's going looking like it could be even. I would be surprised at a gentleman's sweep, to be honest with you.
And I didn't want to go there, but it could be. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I wouldn't be surprised at a gentleman's sweep. So,
needless to say, this is a must-win for Suns in Game 2.
Oh, absolutely. You don't want to go back to Denver 0-2. You don't want them. I mean, you don't want to come home 0-2. So,
yeah.
Gotta love it, man. I'm here for all this basketball.
Most definitely.
Nap in the day, so.
Transition over to the NFL. I'm sorry, the Philadelphia Eagles Invitational. I'm sorry, the NFL Draft.
Hey, man, the Eagles have a pipeline to Georgia that they are taking full advantage of.
Oh,
they are not playing.
And Alabama.
Yeah, like they got all the SEC talent coming to Philly, man. Hey, I saw something. I was on Facebook, and one of my partners was like, "You're gonna be all right. You still got to play Philly, man. Just don't. As long as you ain't got to run the ball or pass the ball, you're gonna be just fine.
Run the ball or pass the ball.
As long as you ain't got to run the ball or pass the ball, you're gonna be just fine playing the Eagles. Their defense is stout, man. Like at all 3 levels.
Listen,
3 levels.
I'm not mad at the Eagles, man. The Eagles did what they had to do. Greg, shout out to Greg. Greg texted me, he said, "Man, this should be illegal what they allowed them to do the last 2 years."
Man, look at here. These days, they did well by getting them draft picks and getting them in the first round and all that stuff.
Yeah. And all they did was took advantage of what the idiots allow them to do. These teams that just pass on, like for instance, us, we passed on Nolan Smith.
Yeah, man, like that. I just don't understand. I don't know what's going on right now. I have no idea what they were thinking or trying to do. Like,
yeah,
and even still, like we get a cornerback, we don't get the best corner.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you're gonna do that, man, with the 16th pick, get the best at that position. Right? Don't take a chance on a guy, and then because if it don't pan out, man, it's a waste of a draft pick. It's just.
You know the early indication I saw.
So
you know the early indication I saw. We made the wrong pick. To your point about the cornerback situation.
What's
Man,
that?
the Patriots chose right behind us. They got their pick in less than a minute.
The better cornerback.
They were right to Gonzalez.
The better corner, man. Like, yeah, we'll take him. We'll take him.
In less than a minute. Did you have a problem with the draft for the Lions and the Falcons, the 2 running backs?
In the first round, my only problem with that, like when you pick a running back in the first round, then you must be expecting like Ezekiel Elliott type production.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Zeke first came out, early first round, like he was the 3 down, he was the workhorse.
Yeah.
I don't know if these dudes have that in them.
Yeah, I mean we obviously saw what the Lions were trying to do. We later found out they was trying to shop my man. He also came from Georgia, by the way. What's the running back they just got rid of?
I think they did trade him. I think they did get him out of there.
Yeah. So
didn't he go to Philly too?
He did. Yeah, you're right.
Didn't he go to Philly?
So that was the angle. They was trying to replace him or whatever. They felt like they was giving up on him. Obviously, you're paying less money. They didn't want to have to end up paying him. So that was their angle. Now, what confused me though was the Falcons. The Falcons, they were already like top production per yard in terms of rushing.
And that's because they had the Swiss Army knife back there.
Who was that?
Patterson, Cordero Patterson.
Right. Well, no, what's his name? The rookie that was there, he was averaging 4.9 a carry.
Yeah, so I mean, they had a nice little back there, but I don't think they're going to have that this year.
So they don't think Patterson's coming back because they're gonna have the other running back.
Yeah. I don't think Patterson's going to be there. So I mean, I guess they're trying to replace Patterson, but
Mm,
to be a fly on the wall, man, in these rooms where these conversations are being had, like, who's the guy in there saying, what about just taking the best player available? What about that?
right, right.
Right? Or just get the best at the position that we need the most right now, right? Don't be just taking a guy just to be taking a guy. Like, don't be one dimensional in your process, right?
Yeah.
You have to explore all options, man. And like for us, like for the Commanders, if we get to the 16th pick and you have two top quarterbacks still available, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have a top linebacker available, you have a top tight end available,
Mm-hmm.
right? Hey man, you have the top cornerback, which is what you're targeting.
Right.
Then take that.
Take
But
the guy.
don't just come on, man. I was so disappointed. I turned my TV off, man. I gotta go. I'm done with this. I'm done with the
Yeah.
draft.
It was definitely frustrating. I mean,
So we had to discuss the Lamar Jackson situation, right?
okay.
Just think about the deal. Just think about the deal.
I'm okay with the deal. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. He got more guaranteed than what he initially was going to get, though, right?
Yeah, but I think he was stuck on this fully guaranteed thing.
Okay. All right.
That was his end all be all. And so when Jalen Hurts got his deal, it's not fully guaranteed, but it's still a pretty good deal,
Mm-hmm.
right? The Ravens said, "All right, we'll give you Jalen Hurts deal plus 5 on the guarantee and the overall."
Yeah.
You can't turn that down, bro. You can't. Right? We
Yeah.
got OBJ coming. They got another wide out coming. Right?
Zay Flowers.
Right. So they you can't like for him to turn that down, then yeah, the tide would have changed. It'd have been all about him at that point.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he got it done, man. I'm glad he got his money. Shout out to Mom for making that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Hope she spends that 7.8 wisely.
Yeah.
And it's been radio silent ever since. So
To on the other side of that coin, where you're talking about fully guaranteed, let's go to Deshaun Watson. Next year is definitely a show me year for Deshaun Watson with that kind of contract.
yeah, he getting what 40, 30 million or something like that. Like
He
he's been paid top of quarterback.
he has to perform no less than top 5, top 10 performance, and they have to make the playoffs.
Good luck. Good luck.
You know,
Good luck. Cause he don't have a lot of weapons out there either. So
I mean, no, and I bet that he's going to have to show. Either way, they signed him now. He got the money, so he got to.
yeah, all he got is Chubb, I think.
He better figure it out.
Yep. Good luck. I'm here to see it.
So
I heard the NFL schedule is going to have the Jets in prime time at least 6 times this year.
I'm not surprised.
Just a little insider told me.
My man is making his rounds. This year's the first year for the Black Friday game, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you got these marquee teams going to get multiple Thursday night games too.
Yeah.
Which is going to suck for them physically.
So the schedule comes out May 11th, right?
That's the tentative date. Yes.
Yeah. So we're still on for our little competition. It's not just for me and you. This is for all of the Life Zone community. So when that schedule comes out, we're gonna go through the games, and we're gonna choose division winners and compete.
That's right.
We'll figure out some kind of little prize to give the winner too. By the way,
I got the Commanders in NFC East.
You do?
Yep.
I appreciate you doing that. I'm glad you're doing that. I'm gonna let you have it.
I know your wallet says the Eagles.
I'm gonna let you have that.
Just be prepared, because I know how you do your bet. I know how you do your picks. So just be prepared.
Our wallet.
Yep. Is your wallet talking, or is this your heart talking? That's all I need to know.
Never emotion in it. Never emotion. Speaking of the Commanders, day one starter. Brissett. You paused out. Sorry.
No, Sam Howell.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
We have to at this point.
Yeah. Did we get the man any weapons though? Did we add any wide receivers? I think we did though.
We did. But we still got a quality wide receiver 1 and quality wide receiver 2, right?
Yeah.
And we should have a healthy backfield. So offensively, we should be okay. Be able to produce. What's the defense going to do?
Yeah, that's the elephant in the room. That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, what's our defense going to do? You know, Chase Young is on a prove it year, right? So hopefully that makes him hungry to do well. We just signed Payne. Like, we should be all right, man. We gonna see. We gonna be competitive at least. That's the main thing. Just be competitive.
You think Chase gonna feel a little disrespected? How you think he's taking that with them?
So you know you're gonna have folks saying all the disrespecting you, blah blah blah. But when you think about the business side of it, right? He's coming off an injury, right?
Mm-hmm.
He only played 3 games last year. Like he didn't necessarily earn a contract, right? His first 2 years were great. He got hurt the end of the second year.
Yeah.
Right. He didn't play his third, and we're into the 4th right now. So at the end of the day, man, if you gonna be that dude, just go out here and play your game, and you'll get the money regardless.
Right.
It's gonna come. Right. I mean, once you get the emotion out of it, I think he'll understand the business side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's all it was. It was a business decision.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he got to show it on the field, that's for sure.
Right. And if you give him the money now, like, he can kind of take it easy, right? But when you don't give him the money, he's a little hungrier, right? He's still to eat. So it might be a little motivation for him, or it should be a little motivation for him.
Hey,
but
man,
this is where Ron and his character comes in, right? Because when he come in and he call your boy into the room in the office, hey man, let's have a serious heart-to-heart conversation. We love you. This is why we did what we did.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But though you're coming off an injury, right? You only got to play 3 games last year. We understand that part, right? And we know you have it in you, right? But we have to motivate you to do it, to show it one more time.
Mm-hmm.
And I promise you, man, if you show it, you're going to get the bag. Don't even worry about that. Don't take it personal.
Right.
Play the game.
Just show us what you can do.
That's right. Show us what you got. Show me what you got.
Hey, have you heard the background story on this? I know we share a lot of Michael Jordan stories, but you heard the background on this Larry Bird story when he scored all those points against the Hawks?
When you walked in the locker room?
Not that. No. So I was listening to it earlier today when I was listening on YouTube. And so the night before that game happened, when he scored all those points against the Hawks, 60 to be exact, Kevin McHale scored 58 against the Detroit Pistons. But in the 4th quarter, he asked to be taken out. He said the game was out of hand, so he asked to be taken out. And when he was walking off the court, Larry Bird came up to him and said, "Hey, man, you sure you want to do that?" He said, "Because you got the record right now." He said, "If you go out, I can assure you that record ain't going to last long." And so Kevin McHale's like, "Nah, it's over." He said, "Well, all right." He said, "Man," he said, "Well, trust me, if I got the hot hand, I ain't coming out. I ain't being basketball like you." So,
no, sir.
He was in the press conference. Larry Bird said, he said, "You're really happy for Kevin. He's been playing well." He said, "I scored a lot of points." He said, "But just so you guys know, that record's not going to last long. In fact, it could be broken tomorrow night." Well, tomorrow night they were playing against the Atlanta Hawks. So Kevin McHale, Dominique Wilkins, Antoine Carr, Doc Rivers, they all got wind of it, right? They knew. Obviously, this is before the Twitter world, so they probably read it printed somewhere that Larry Bird was pretty much guaranteeing. That's the way it was printed. Larry Bird was guaranteeing he was going to break. He was going to break Kevin McHale's record. So they get on the court right before tip-off. He goes up to Dominique Wilkins and, "Hey, man, who's guarding me tonight?" And he said, "Antoine Carr got you." He said, "Oh, easy night. It's going to be a long night."
60.
So Antoine Carr heard him say it. So Antoine Carr came out balling, dunking, got up to a good start. Larry Bird, after that, all you kept seeing,
bucket.
And he kept running by the bench, by the coach, was like, "Hey, you guys better make some adjustments."
Better get somebody else out here because he ain't got it.
It got worse. So you probably seen this clip before. Larry Bird is shooting fadeaways in front of the Atlanta Hawks bench, and every time he hit a shot, the players on the bench for the Atlanta Hawks was like bumping each other doing this, like basically like cheering for him while he's hitting the shot.
Right.
They all got fined because this is on TV. So this is back then when the Hawks was playing. They was playing part of their games in Atlanta, but they was also playing in New Orleans. This game was in New Orleans. Larry ended up with 60 points and broke the record.
Larry Legend, man. Larry Legend. They don't make my day used to.
The famous quote was from Doc Rivers. They got to the press conference and asked him, said, "Hey, what do you think you guys could have did differently tonight?" He said, "We tried as hard as we could.
Did the best we could. Did the best we could. That's all you can do, man. Sometimes like these guys have it, man.
It is amazing to go back and look at those clips of Larry Bird, man. Larry Bird was not athletic at all, but I will tell you what, he could play in today's game.
And he can shoot from anywhere.
Anywhere.
Anywhere. He know how to get his shot off. Yep, he know how to get his shot off. So that's all it takes. That's all it takes.
So I see behind you there, Philly looks like Harden and they're doing some work a little bit.
He tried to. He got to hold it down, man. He got to do the best he can. He just got dunked on by Jason Tatum right now, though. I mean, Jaylen Brown just banged on him, though. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes, man. I'm excited about the playoffs. I'm gonna be up all night.
I'll be up tonight.
I'm gonna be up all night. I don't get no sleep for 2 months.
Well, listen, I'm not missing any of those Warriors Lakers games. I'm on that.
Yeah, you're right about that. I'm gonna give me a nap tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm waiting to see the schedule. I'm excited about that. I think we go to Atlanta this year, so I'm trying to get down there.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm excited, bro, and I'm actually want to see what Bryce Young does here in Charlotte. So that's gonna be something to see.
I was going to ask you about that. Would you think about that pick? Would you think about C.J. Stroud, and would you think about Richardson, or would you think about Levis?
Levis was hurt, boy. Phillips upset. I ain't going back.
My man became my man's girl became a meme. That's like she won't be with him long.
Yeah, my man said I ain't going back. I ain't doing it. Not gonna do it. They're gonna call me at the house on this one.
Hey,
but I think the Panthers gonna be okay with Young. I think Stroud's gonna. I think those three, the top three, they're gonna perform. I think the guy out of Florida has to up his completion percentage. Probably once he gets with an NFL coach and coaching staff, I think he'll get better. I hope Hooker is healthy, and he's ready to compete. He has a chance to get that starting gig.
Whoa! This year or next year?
Next year.
This year coming up?
No, next year.
Oh, the following year. Okay.
Yeah. Not this year. Hooker. I mean, Levins in Tennessee. I don't know. Did they resign? They still have Tannehill?
I think Tannehill's there, and I think don't forget they signed a rookie last year. They signed the kid from Liberty.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Levins is probably more NFL ready than the Liberty kid.
It's funny you saying that because they were saying the same things they're saying about Levis. They were saying about him last year.
From my eyeballs.
Oh, I'm with you. Well, I'm saying that's what we got to see after the fact, but like during draft before he took a snap. Right. What they were saying about Levis is what they were saying about him.
Mm-hmm.
He was athletic, you know what I'm saying? He was NFL ready, big arm. I watched a lot of his game in college. He balled out, but I didn't see it. I mean, but when I saw him play, I immediately, it doesn't take long for you to look at a person and be like, I don't know if he
ain't got it.
He ain't got it.
He ain't got that it factor.
Nah.
Levin's got that it factor, and he's another one that could if he don't get it significant playing time this year, he's gonna be ready next year.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. I know he's like, hey, can y'all go get me another running back like you had here before to take a little pressure off of me?
Yeah, that'd be nice. But I don't think that dude gonna make it, man.
Is he? So
They
what's the
trying
situation with that? Is he in limbo with a contract, or what's the
they
deal?
trying to shop him. They trying to shop him.
Okay, okay.
I think his contract has one more year on it, so I think they feel like he's gonna leave anyway. So let's
Mm,
test the water
mm,
because he's at that he trying to win, and if they're not gonna win in Tennessee, then he's trying to go where he gonna win. So
yeah. Well, that'll be interesting. We'll see.
yeah, and we'll see how it play out. I'm excited. I'm waiting on the schedule to come out in 2 weeks, so let's see how that goes.
Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is making his tour everywhere in New York right now. By the way, he
Oh
has hockey
yeah.
games, the Knicks games.
Hey, he's the king of New York right now. He's running the city. Go where you want, do what you need, do what you want to do, all that.
Winning the division. You got him right now. Winning the division.
I mean, it's hard to say no when Aaron Rodgers is there.
I was high on the Bills, but after what I've seen, unless they fill some of those gaps, number one, they're not nearly as physical enough on the defensive side of the ball. We've seen
And
that.
they start off high, but then they stay at the end of the year. Like
Yeah,
that's been their MO the last couple of years.
Yep.
So, but you know how the networks they're gonna push the Bills, they're gonna push the Cowboys, they're gonna push the Eagles, they're gonna push all these young quarterbacks because they're the new faces.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see, man. They're gonna push the Ravens too because Lamar got that contract and he got OBJ out there.
Yeah. See, I don't even mention OBJ when everybody else keep talking about him getting signed.
Right.
OBJ does nothing for me at all.
Yeah, like he's not gonna be the OBJ of the Giant.
Yeah.
Right. He's gonna be. Don't get me wrong. He's probably still gonna get open. He's gonna be I think he'll be more of a possession receiver,
Right.
and not a take the top off receiver.
No. Yeah, I agree.
So after that knee injury, he'll be more of a run to the sticks, turn around. I got sure hands kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's not running by anybody anymore. I don't think.
Yeah, I agree.
So we'll see.
We'll see, man. Well, look, I see Tatum back there growling and yelling in the background like he done dunked on somebody again. So, great, check that out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The time has come. Time has come.
Well, cool, man. I'll be up. I'll be sending you a text or two during this Suns game for sure.
That's right. I'll be right here watching. I'll be tuned in.
All right.
Who you got tonight? Just for the record. I just want to, just for the record, who you got?
It's a must win, but even with the must win for the Suns, I still got Denver winning tonight.
What?
Still do.
Faith to them boys, huh? No
Booker,
faith.
Booker better have a Steph Curry night for this to happen.
He better go for a 40 piece at a minimum.
And
he need a 40 piece.
Before that
game, better have a 30 piece.
Right. And before that game's over with, you're gonna see a lot of arguing with Ayton. You watch. Ayton is. Did you see that play where he was under the basket? He was on the baseline, and he was watching Jokic and the other Phoenix Suns players getting the rebound, and he finally decided to get back in the court in the play. But he's just sitting there watching. Yeah.
That's that youth, man. It be that way sometimes.
But he wanted to get paid though.
Sabonis was doing the same thing against Looney.
Yep.
You see how that turned out. Looney got 21 boards, man. 21 boards.
Crazy.
Sabonis didn't know what to do with himself. He didn't know what to do with himself. He couldn't get no help, couldn't face guard him, couldn't do nothing. It was falling in Looney's lap every chance they got. Oh, man. NBA basketball. It's fantastic.
It's here.
It's fantastic.
Well, cool, man. Go ahead and close us out, man.
Hey, man, as always, you guys for tuning in, man. You always catch us on YouTube. You can get us on Spotify. You can get us on Apple Podcasts. You can definitely leave us a review. To the Facebook family, appreciate you guys tuning in, getting in the chat with us. Shout outs to Phase Consultant Partners and Appliance Medic for the sponsorship. We truly appreciate you. And until next time, episode 55, same time next week, 7:15. See you then. Peace.